Indian classical dance. Bala is a professor of practice, dancer, choreographer, and teacher of Bharata Rityam. I'm sure I'm butchering that, excuse me. Ms. Chandrasekhar runs a dance academy in Princeton, New Jersey, and the students who you saw out in the Commons area today are all of her students, so we're grateful for their attendance today as well. She is a panel artist with the New Jersey State Council on the Arts and a Carl A. Field Center Artist in Residence at Princeton University. She's also been the recipient of numerous grants from the New Jersey Council for the Humanities, the New Jersey State Council for the Humanities, and other private foundations. She's been an active participant in developing dance seminars and workshops at numerous universities and colleges around the country, including Mount Holyoke College, which leads me to introduce Indira Peterson, who is from Mount Holyoke. She is a professor of Asian Studies at Mount Holyoke College, specializing in Sanskrit and
that are not either. And there are probably some people here who may even know less than I do. So my function today is to not do that. There are the experts here, one sitting next to me. But I am going to be speaking about how the work that Bala does is important to where she is here and now in Princeton, New Jersey. She did a workshop at Rutgers a few years ago for our students that involved, was it 5 classes, 4 classes, something like that, that were introductory classes. The students moved, but they learned more than just the movement. She brought costumes, talked about the costume, the preparation for the dance, and I sat in on many of those, and we would have conversations with the students on the differences in culture and how the arts, specifically dance, happen in the 2 different cultures that we represent. So that's what I'm doing here. So I have to put my glasses on now to do that. We are here today to learn from an artist of great skill, integrity, artistry, and courage. I say courage because Bala's work forces us to stop looking at Indian classical dance as a museum piece that never changes. While firmly based upon the study of ancient temple sculptures and revered artistic, religious, and cultural traditions, Bala presents us with an evolving art form that is vital and contemporary in its blending of old and new. Many of us may believe that there is no room for a creatively working, popular concept outside the box, in one who is a practitioner of this art form. Bala teaches us that this is not true. It is possible to combine the elements normally associated with this form in new and innovative ways. The use of expressive facial and hand gestures based upon stylized literal images, pure dance movements, and complex rhythmic structures are the major tools with which this artist works. Bala will demonstrate later today how open this form is to the use of non-traditional and sometimes non-Indian music and alternative aesthetic considerations that create a cultural fusion of materials and ideas that are unique to this work. Whatever the format Bala chooses, she endeavors to create a synthesis of energy, universal concepts, beauty, and oneness in what she does. In the beginning of the 20th century, Ruth St. Denis gathering inspiration from the picture of an Indian dancer on, of all things, a package of cigarettes, created a dance in which she attempted to capture the spirit of the dancer. As her fame grew, and she did a lot of work in vaudeville, and by the way is considered to be one of the persons who formed the art form that I represent, which is modern dance. As her fame grew, and she created many dances based upon the appropriation of materials from various Asian cultures, this girl from Somerville, New Jersey, toured India and Japan, where she received acclaim from the local audiences, although technically her dances were not based on traditions of Asian form. In the almost 100 years since then, the concept of fusing art forms between cultures has met with varying degrees of controversy. Numerous artists have built their art on the bringing together of Western and Asian cultures in their art. The level of success is judged differently according to the time in which the work was created and is being viewed. For example, something considered okay in the U.S. in 1950 may seem silly or inappropriate now. My position is that if an artist has a deep understanding of and respect for both cultures and uses the materials chosen for fusion carefully, something wonderful happens for the artist and for the viewer. While Bala's work ventures into cultural fusion, it is primarily Indian. While Ruth St. Denis, an American, tried her version of inhabiting two cultures and combining them in her art almost 100 years ago, it's wonderful that another woman in New Jersey is working to do so in her own special way now.